This could be the one, guys. Coming up.
AEAC is made possible by Air Venturi, Crossman Corporation, Diana Airguns, FX Airguns, Daystate, Air Arms, Sportsmatch Rings UK, H&N Sport, Aztec Optics, and Predator Pellets. And you guys know the best way to thank them. Folks, I read what you say on the forums. The nice ones are too expensive, the cheap ones are too junky, and if that's you, the Nomad II could very well be your Goldilocks. At around $700, it's priced right, and it's relatively tiny too. Weighing in at under 19 pounds and measuring 10 inches by 8 by 8, it's an easy transport, and looks damn good in its carbon fiber clad. And if all that weren't enough, it even comes with a carry handle, and a very, very nice bag. Operation, setup, and maintenance are simple, and its buttons and knobs move with a quality-like precision. And it's extremely adaptable, accepting 110, 220, and 12-volt inputs. And best of all, it's fast. But it's not without its limitations. It's designed to fill air guns rather than bottles and tanks, so runtimes are best kept to under 15 minutes, with it being able to recharge most guns in 3 to 6. If you need to fill a large gun from empty and need to stretch things out a bit, that's probably okay. Just keep an eye on the load meter. But we'll come back to that. Initial setup is quick and easy, and unless you need to convert your unit over to 220 volt, you can skip this step. Identify the 12 screws holding the cover on and remove them. To make this easier, completely remove the pressure release valve by rotating it counterclockwise until it comes out. The 2 screws on top are shorter than the rest, so set them off by themselves. Once you get the screws removed, gently pry off the lid, working it upwards and away from the unit. You'll also need to flex it outwards so it'll clear the Foster fill. Take care when removing it, as the on-off power reset wires will still be attached to their switches. The 110 to 220 conversion toggle is well hidden, and again you only need to complete this step if your Nomad II needs to be converted from 110 to 220. Otherwise, just leave it alone. The slot you're looking for is here. It's dark in there and kinda out of reach, so grab yourself a flashlight and a long screwdriver. Here's the selector switch you want to move. When you're ready to replace the cover, take care not to pinch the wires up against the interior of the unit. Look for a free pathway and guide them there. Replace the 12 screws, taking care not to over-tighten them. The Nomad also comes with optional feed extenders. You'll need a 4mm Allen to make the add. Install the fill whip with the air filter closest to the machine. Connect your AC power cord. The DC input is on the same side. The Nomad II is equipped with an auto shutoff feature. Set it to the appropriate PSI. Close the moisture relief valve tight by rotating it clockwise until seated. And if you desire, flip on the blue LED light switch. Plugging in the unit starts the cooling fan on the power supply. Connect the Nomad's fill whip to your air rifle. This one here is a Benjamin Marauder. Tighten the air bleed screw clockwise until seated. Press the power reset button to arm the system and activate the cooling fan on the compressor. Hitting the on-off button will start the compressor. Keep an eye on the load meter. Ideally, it should run in the low to mid-20s. If it reaches 29, the Nomad will automatically shut off. And a reading of 28 means that it's time to lubricate the system. When the Nomad reaches the set pressure, it'll automatically shut off the compressor, but its cooling fan will continue to run. The on-off button does nothing at this point, but it can be used to shut the compressor off mid-fill. Rotating the air bleed screw counterclockwise will relieve the pressure in the air line between the Nomad and the gun. Once doing so, you can safely remove the fill whip. To lubricate your Nomad, add 2 to 3 drops of silicone oil to the lubrication port every 5 fills or after every 1.5 hours of use. If the machine is running low on oil, it'll also let you know by an increasing load value on the load meter. If you reach a value of 28, it's time to add oil. While your Nomad ships with a fill bottle, it does not ship with fill oil. You'll need to source this separately. You can get it from Crossman, RWS, or probably even your local dive shop or hardware store. Replace the air filter after every 2 to 3 hours of use. The Nomad ships with 4 spares. Every 20 fills, you need to purge the moisture and excess oil from your Nomad. Begin by securing the included fill plug into the end of the fill whip. Then close the bleed valve and dial your auto shutoff up to around 3,500 PSI. You can also just do this at the end of a fill before releasing the system's pressure out of the bleed valve. Once you've built up enough pressure in the system, shut everything down. Then open the moisture relief valve by turning it counterclockwise, or completely remove it. When you're done, return the valve knob and secure it tightly. If you feel like your Nomad isn't performing as it should, there's a rejuvenation process that the owner's manual refers to as basic maintenance. You should complete this process if oil has just been added and the load gauge still reads 28 or higher, if fill times increase without any signs of leaking, or once every 20 to 30 fills. Begin by plugging in the unit and opening the moisture relief valve and closing the bleed valve. Then start the compressor. While the compressor is running, add 2 to 3 drops of silicone oil at 30-second intervals over a period of 2.5 to 3 minutes. Once complete, allow the compressor to run another 3 to 5 minutes with the moisture release valve open, or completely remove it. This will force oil through the system and out the moisture relief valve, taking any excess moisture with it. When you're done, power down and replace the moisture release valve. Well, that's all for today, folks. And special thanks to Air Venturi for getting the Nomad II into my hands to review for you. You guys know the best way to thank them for that. Now from here, you want to head on over to the Airgun Nation Forum so that you can participate in the discussion thread on the Nomad. I'll leave you a link on how to get there in the description down below. As for me, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, tell all your friends about us, and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, AEAConline.com, Vimeo, as well as our brand new sister YouTube channel, AEAC Vlog. I'll share things over there that won't make it here, and you guys won't want to miss out. So with that, I'm Steve Shalley. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week, everyone.